cannabis can be really amazing medicine. And I would like to call myself a medicine man. When somebody's in pain and I can help them, I do. I'm Steve Gibson. I am the CEO of Penn's Choice and co-owner.
Nothing stops us, baby. How's it going?
You're like the mailman.
I grow.
All those little guys are tilted towards the sun, watching me.
I harvest. Look at this.
Can't even stand up. Like, that's ridiculous.
I manufacture the product. I would say land is just land. It's not important as far as my family, but other than that, it's the most important thing to me. It is something that is a part of me. It is ingrained in me, and I have blood, sweat, and tears all over that farm.
I'm Rebecca Zacard Gibson, and I am co-owner and COO of Penn's Choice.
Whoa. Look at this crazy monster.
I had no intention of being involved in the business. And this girl who never thought she was going to be involved in cannabis loves it. Chilling with my girls and my husband. Hunting nails.
Running a business with my wife and family is crazy, but it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Yeah, you are.
This bud's for you.
How you feeling about the tour, babe?
Terrific.
Nailed it. I recommend if you're gonna be married to your business partner, stock yourself up on CBD though, because that helps.
You're amazing. The only thing more beautiful than your smile is your personality. But remember this. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I love you.
I'm a seventh generation, and we've been on the farm since about 1804. We've got it 2 people away from William Penn on our deed. And then the land since then has never been sold. It's only been handed down in the family. And they had something come through in the turn of the century, like around 1900s, called strip mining. So they would come in, move all the land to the side and suck out all the coal and just leave it as it was. And it just devastated Western Pennsylvania. You can drive through and see strip mine places that were mined 100 years ago, but nobody's ever stripped our land. We're a little emerald green, bastion in all of this strip mine property. So something that we have a lot of pride in. Dad was a hard worker, a lot of hard work expected. I was 8 years old when they first started pulling me out on the farm to do farm work. And I loved it. I loved being out in the open. I loved coming home. I would, blow stuff up for fun, because we were in the middle of nowhere, and it was a brilliant childhood.
I was born and raised in Janesville, Wisconsin, the youngest of 4 girls. No interest in cannabis whatsoever. My background is more, football and playtime. I always wanted to be an actress when I grew up. I was always putting on plays and little performances for my family and whoever would watch and listen. So always wanted to be a performer.
Wanted to be everything. A firefighter, a disc jockey always appealed to me, but there was always a passion for entertainment and storytelling. So I taught myself how to write screenplays. That was a true passion that I thought that I wanted to pursue. I started taking acting classes to try to have a better dialogue, a better understanding of writing, and you really couldn't make it in the business but living in Pittsburgh. So I, picked up 2 suitcases and drove across country in my car and came to LA.
I wanted to pursue the dream of becoming an actress. So I studied theater at UW-Madison, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna save up some money and I'm gonna go out west. I had no job, no friends, no car, nothing. And I just made it work, got a bartending job, luckily made some friends, and pursued acting for several years.
I was gonna try to just find a job, try to do a little acting, just do whatever I could. But I kind of realized that maybe acting wasn't my bag. I was gonna... I was down to like my last 20 bucks. My mom sent me like 800 bucks. And I was like, what are you doing? You're 30 years old and you're borrowing money from your mom. I will do anything for a job. And then that's how I ended up, getting a sales job. The boss was amazing, and he paid me what he said he was going to pay me. Believe it or not, that's actually something that happens quite frequently, that people don't pay you what they say. And so I was blown away. By 2017, we were the biggest SEO plastic surgery company in the business.
I was bartending and I was trying to be an actress. But I realized, you know what? I don't want to read or play somebody else. I wanted to be myself. So then I switched to hosting. Hi, I'm RZ.
And I'm Trav, and we're the hosts of Blitzed.
What's Blitzed, you say?
Weekly NFL buzz from your neighborhood bar.
And guess what?
Our show rocks.
I was producing and hosting a sports show called Blitzed with one of my best friends. It's funny, it was weird.
It's Blitz!
Here's what's on tap. It's my family of gourds.
Okay, that's Blitz this week. Thanks for watching.
I was trying to make hosting work.
And cut. Good job, guys.
Great, guys, thanks.
Good work.
But by that time, I was also a little bit heartbroken. The dating scene in LA can be grim. I was about ready to pick up and move back to the Midwest. I was like, I am never meeting my husband here. I was doing 21 days, meditating every day, 21 days no drinking, and 21 days no dating. And I met Steve on day 20.
It was a Saturday, I believe. I was ready to go and party, and I was sitting there with my buddy Ryan, and I go, well, hey, what chicks are coming out to meet us, bro? And he goes, he's like, Emma, Emma, and then my arch enemy is coming out. He definitely piqued my interest.
My friend Emma was like, well, let's meet up after work. She's like, oh, Ryan has a bunch of buddies in town from Texas, and they're also on the West Side. Let's go meet them. So we do. I walk in, it's a table full of guys at the bungalow in Santa Monica. First of all, I'm doing 21 days of no dating. I'm doing 21 days no drinking. I'm just not in a place.
I was kind of waiting for her to get there because I'd seen the show that she was on, Blitz, and I knew she was attractive.
Duh.
When I first saw her, it was like,
He walks up and he clears these guys out. He locks in on me and starts telling me about how he wants to write a movie about Vince Lombardi. And then he starts giving me constructive criticism on my show. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? He walked me to the bathroom, and on the way back, he grabbed my hand through the crowd, and then he kissed me in the crowd, and I was like, okay.
I just spontaneously turned around and kissed her. It was pretty gangster. I was proud of myself. Just so you know, Steve Gibson is not a smooth guy, so that's the one time I was smooth. But I was truly feeling myself. I had this giant open heart that was just ready for what the world was ready to show me.
My pattern up to that point was that I would meet somebody, it would be boom, we're already together. have no foundation, but we're the most important person in each other's lives. And then it would fall away because it had no foundation. So with him, I was kind of like, I don't really want to do that. And he's coming out a little strong anyways. So I told him to pump the brakes.
I definitely came out a little strong, but you want to talk about like, when did I know? I knew right then and there.
Maybe 5 days go by and I'm at work bartending and I go on my break and I was writing in my journal and I was like, man, I miss him. I miss him. And like, went back up from my break and he was sitting at the bar. And I was like, I love him. I love him. That's when I knew. I was like, I love this guy.
See, I told you.
Oh, it's a video.
It was definitely honeymoon and puppies and love.
He became my person.
I'm with my main man, Ninja the Turtle.
I decided to take Rebecca to the farm to meet mom and dad. I knew she was amazing and I knew my family was amazing, so I wasn't worried.
We hadn't been together that long and he brought me home for Christmas. And his mom, his dad, his brother are amazing. And you think, the middle of nowhere, who are these people gonna be that live in the country? They were so cool. We hit it off right away. The farm, it was absolutely beautiful. And as soon as you walk onto the farm, it's just something special. The first trip was great. It led to many, many more.
Everything was great. I had a woman I loved. I was making more money than I'd ever thought I could make with my job. We had like the #1 ranking for Los Angeles, which is incredibly hard to do. We were clicking on all cylinders. And then all hell broke loose. On April 24th, 2017, it sounds like a Sublime song. We were sitting in the office one day and I heard a knock at the door and I was like, go away, I'm on the phone. And they came in and I knew shit was serious when I saw that windbreaker and stood up. And they had us come to the front of the office, show our IDs and take a photo like we were doing a lineup. And we were like, what is this, money laundering?
A Culver City businessman was arrested today for an alleged murder-for-hire plot. The CEO is being accused of trying to set up a $30,000 hit on his former business associate.
We were shell-shocked. This is the man that was my mentor. This is not some guy. This is the guy who gave me my life. It just sucks to have somebody that you look up to disappoint you. And let alone, shake your foundation of your life and make you realize that what you thought was secure and real was not. My whole, professional world came tumbling down, but Rebecca made it all worthwhile.
Steve's world got rocked. So when that happened, I felt like that stopped our trajectory. We were living together at this point. I was like, we're gonna get married. And I was like, oh, no, it's not gonna happen.
No way am I gonna let this stop me. There's no fucking way. Well, if I delay it a year, what the hell's that gonna do? Like, I want this woman now. And I made the decision that I was gonna propose.
So he invited me, my family, and a bunch of friends to the farm over 4th of July weekend.
I was super nervous. Really what it was the logistics. There was a lot of coordinating. It was actually a 200-person party. It was probably the biggest party we'd had at the farm to date.
We're waiting for the fireworks. I'm hanging out, and then I hear a guitar start playing. And on the porch is my sister playing guitar.
Hold on, little girl. Show me what to you.
And Steve starts singing this Mr. Big song, which is our song. I stand up, I'm singing along, I'm just like, this is cool. And then there's a point where I realize what's happening.
Rebecca Ann's the card. Will you be my forever person?
I cried, and he's like, ask me to marry him, and I say, yes, duh. And then the fireworks go off. Am I living in a movie?
Usually things, in this world, it's very hard to get things how you want them to, but it went off without a hitch. I'm very proud of it.
And it all happened at the farm. So the farm, which has always been so special to him, has now become super special to me. Because it is so special to him and his family, we decided to have the wedding on the farm.
Dad made the decision that he would just completely redo it. We're talking probably about 30 to 40 acres of ground, and he just took it and ran with it, and I love him for it.
The farm is already gorgeous, right? It's beautiful. But for our wedding was absolutely incredible. I don't know, the whole day was the best.
It was magic. It was pure magic. I'll cherish that day in my heart forever.
We had such an amazing wedding, and the farm was so beautiful and so special that we were like, maybe we can turn the farm into a wedding venue so we can share it with more people.
Our wedding was a portfolio to show other people, but that same exact time as 2018 became 2019 in Pennsylvania, they pushed through the farm bill and hemp became legal.
Industrial hemp is growing in Pennsylvania under a new federal law that legalized its production.
As soon as that happened, both Joe and Steve knew that that's what they wanted to do with the farm.
I want this. This is what I want with my life. This right here. So we decided to shut the wedding venue down and then just go all in on cannabis.
Pretty fucking historic moment in my life. You see it? You see it? Just a little guy. Welcome to my fucking boyhood dream come true. Hi-yo!
The plan was grow 5,000 pounds, sell it at $200 a pound, and make $1 million.
What about this building?
It's big. It's a big building. It was a lot of work and a lot of grinding to kind of get things off the ground.
Gotta dig deep for it.
We were still living in LA, and Steve was going back and forth to the farm, which was, a lot.
I would come back once every 2 weeks, and I would fly a red-eye from LA on a Thursday night, land in PA on Friday morning, no sleep, work Saturday, and then leave on Sunday. And so I did that for, I think, 4 or 5 different trips. I kind of realized that to make work what we had to move home with the cannabis company. It was an evolving conversation that happened many times.
He had talked to me about, hey, I think we need to go there. I had no intention of leaving LA. I love LA. But I was like, okay, we'll go for 9 months. And we intended to go in April of 2020. But we ended up going in March of 2020, right at the beginning of the pandemic.
More than 1/4 of Americans are now being ordered to stay home. Today, the governors of New York...
It is 10 times more lethal than the seasonal flu. I think that's something that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
My oldest sister studied emerging infectious diseases, and she told me, get out of LA now. We don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know if it's gonna shut down, so you should go now. And Steve and I talked about it. It was a Wednesday. We decided we're doing it, and we were on the road by Saturday.
We've been up since about 6:30. We're almost done. Today's the day we leave. Our shipping container is pretty small, so we're hoping all this fits. And we basically are abandoning all of our furniture. How you feeling, babe?
Great, actually.
We just basically made the decision to say, well, why would we wait here in this chaos of a city? And we could get stuck out here. They could shut the state down. So it's now or never, baby. And, we went with it. And it was emotional, a little traumatizing.
Fuck. So much adult shit to do.
Not the drive, but to leave our friends and our family and the life that we made and all the good times like bandits in the night.
There's no going away party. There was no goodbyes. We had a Zoom with some friends.
Know that you're going out there for a great reason. And I know that I'm really proud of you for going out there and chasing dreams.
We packed up our 2 cats. We packed up all our stuff, and then we just got on the road.
Here we go. It was just like, PA, here we come. In the middle of a global pandemic.
It was such a crazy time, and it was scary.
It was like the hills have eyes. I was on back roads in Nevada, and we saw a long row of Humvees driving on a train track going into Los Angeles. When I saw those, it felt like the end of the world.
This is the apocalypse. It was so scary.
1 hour and 10 minutes. I'm at my limit.
We get there at 1:30-ish in the morning after however many days on the road. And the one thing that almost broke me is that we had 1 bottle of wine. We got there and the wine key broke.
And look what happened to the wine key.
It was the last straw. But Steve's like, if I want my marriage to last, I'd better open this wine. And he did. He did. Thank God for the Gibsons, because they had set up a bed for us so that when we got there at 1:30 in the morning after the chaos, we had some things. Sorry. But that little bit of community right from the jump, meant everything.
We got a big day today, huh?
Big day.
Big day.
The next morning, I woke up, then I was like, I'm here. It was time to work, baby. We grew about 5,000-6,000 pounds of flour. But I should have seen some red flags in the market. The guys that can make flour into concentrates, they weren't taking any CBD anymore because they had so much of it. So we couldn't sell it as bulk flour. It seemed like we were gonna have to cut our own way through the weeds of cannabis.
Look at all of it. It's a wagon of weed.
In a saturated market like CBD, the growing and selling in bulk just was not a reality. We needed to build a brand in order to really create abundance and financial security from it. So that's where I came in with the branding, with the labels, packaging, social media, building out the website, a lot of the marketing. And Penn's Choice was born.
This is an assortment of our Penn's Choice CBD products, lavender CBD bath bomb, a CBD salve, and of course our selfies.
It was kind of born out of necessity.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Zacard,
I'm Steve Gibson.
and we are 2 of the co-owners of Penn's Choice, which is a family-owned seed-to-sale hemp farm and brand.
I started with pre-rolls. And then we had a really good salve that worked well, and we had bath bombs. So those were kind of our first products.
It's starting to look like a real office in here.
In August, we launched our website, we had a bunch of sales, and we thought we were killing it. We were like, we're doing it, we're done, drop the mic, we're millionaires. And obviously that isn't how it went. It takes a lot of time, but we hustled in all the ways. We did word of mouth.
It's Delta 8, so it's a little more mild, but it's really good for sleep.
We went to the Strip District in Pittsburgh. We went to Market. We were sending out press releases at one point.
Penn's Choice, CBD that is Pennsylvania sown, grown, and owned.
We actually got ourselves in High Times. It was pretty cool to be in High Times. As a cannabis company, getting to High Times really felt like a high point in our career.
"2021 was actually a really great year for us. Gummies became a thing.
Now we're doing Delta 8 gummies.
We saw a huge opportunity with gummies, and they were like a big hit. We were doing okay, but at the same time, it wasn't $1 million. We're talking a couple $100 a month payroll. I was like starting to look at the old bank account, and it didn't have the same money as the website sales. And that was a hard thing to kind of accept, because by that time, I was supposed to be flush with cash. The reality for all of us set in that it's a really hard job that requires a lot of hustle to make successful.
There were definitely moments where we questioned whether we had made the right choice.
Today was like probably one of the hardest days I've ever had.
The end of 2021, we found out that we were no longer able to make and sell gummies in the state of Pennsylvania, which up at that point was the bulk of our business. That's what was keeping us afloat. Is our business done? Like, there was a point where like, are we done?
It wasn't just a couple weeks or a couple months. This is a couple of years of not making a lot of money. And then fall 2022, I got offered a job, and it was a 6-figures job selling websites, and whatever it was, my heart, I just couldn't turn my back on it. I just loved it too much, and the money wasn't there, but it would come, and I had faith in that, and my wife had faith in that, and she had faith in me, and I didn't want to quit.
Things happen, different regulations, this changes, that changes, and we just, we're able to pivot. And if we weren't able to pivot, we wouldn't still be in business. Eventually, we created a new brand based in a different state, and Cosmic Candies was born, and that became our edibles brand. And even though it was born out of challenge, it's been so fun to build out Cosmic Candies and then now have our edibles brand, and then also have Penn's Choice, which is our, foundational brand.
Cosmic Candies is cool. Where hemp and Penn's Choice is we're here to help you with your pain. Cosmic Candies is like, let's get freaky, baby. Let's explore what outer space is. When something is hard and there's a problem and it's hard to figure it out, I love figuring it out.
Dad, look at this. What the fuck? Holy balls.
I love what I do. It's funny, my mom always gave me shit in high school for smoking reefer, and she loves taking a Delta 8 gummy to go to bed. And I had a lot of people like that, and so I truly feel blessed that I'm able to show people that cannabis can be fun, but it also can be a great way to treat some of the ailments that you possibly have without a harsh medication.
We get to help people and help people deal with pain, anxiety, sleep, among so many other things in a natural way. The question is, why are we different? Why should they try our stuff? There's CBD everywhere. You can get it at a gas station. Why are you choosing ours? A lot of these companies are buying it from third parties. We planted the seeds and then planted the seedlings and then walked the fields and talked to them and then harvested, slow cured them, and then made the products and added the labels and shipped it out and wrote you a little note. Like literally start to finish, it's a Gibson that did it, which is special.
We started getting people from Michigan, Maryland, New York, Delaware, all these different places that would come and see us. We would be able to diagnose their medical needs, be it salve, be it gummies. And we were able to give them a treatment that was alternative to what they were used to. And we had a lot of great success with that. Now we get orders from all over the country, you know? And so where we are now from where we were back then, it's like we were excited when we sold $1,000, you know? When we first started, we had 3 SKUs, and now we've got, 90, 100 SKUs? So I have 90 or 100 products. I've always had the philosophy that nothing really makes or breaks us, but everything that we can add to it, that'll just give us a little more. And then if I have a whole bunch of products, those little mores become a lot more.
There were many times we were like, this is gonna save us, or this is gonna be the thing, this is our golden ticket. And what we learned is we don't need a golden ticket, we're the golden ticket. Slow and steady, we're gonna keep building our foundation. We're gonna focus on creating the best possible products, getting them to the right people, and taking care of our customers and what they need. I've tuned so into more like, what did the cannabis plant tell you? It's like, learn, grow, flow, trust the sun, the elements are okay. So I guess cannabis taught me quite a bit.
It changed, and where we were and where we are now are 2 different places, both as a company and as a human being. It's like you don't really notice you're growing until you look on the wall and you see your notch marks, you know? Looking back for doing this, it is a little surreal to look at what we fought through, what we've overcome, not just in the business, but in life. You know, murder for hire plot's pretty hard to overcome. And then moving across country to chase a dream is pretty crazy. And then having your business that you thought was going to be your money ticket completely failed in that fashion. And then figuring out how to make it work. So the only thing I could say is proud. And it's not, I'm proud of me, I'm proud of us. We've figured it out together. And it's a feeling of abundance and a feeling that with the right heart and the right mind, good things will happen.
I have no idea what our future holds for our business. I know we're gonna keep growing. I know we're gonna keep building, but I know we're gonna put a plan together and, things are gonna change. But I'm honestly excited to see what the future holds for Penn's Choice.
Where I see Penn's Choice in the future is doing what we continually do. We're gonna make good products, and I'm gonna try to tell everybody about how it will help them, but in a responsible way. And so as long as I keep doing that, I don't think I'll ever be unhappy.
Oh yeah! Locally sown, grown, and owned. Penn's Choice is the local choice for all things CBD.